Okay, and we're back. We are going to the final portion of the final dungeon, and we're going to clear out the third tower's boss first. I actually went into the first tower boss's dungeon, like the revamped dungeon, and I cleared all of it out except the boss, because she's basically like a harder version of like the first time you fought her. So at this point right now, I'm not really, I don't think I'm too ready for her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to warm up on Tower 2 and 3, and then I will fight the Tower 1 boss. I'll leave her for last, because the test battles I did against her, I barely did any. I can only do like around 3 to 4k damage, and then I would die. And she has like 10,000 HP. I think all of them have 10,000 HP, so that's something you can go on if you're wondering like how much HP the revamped bosses would have. Anyway, I made a few new weapons. I made a fire lance for Yuka, and I made a ice sword for Sana. Of course, I didn't really think they would die this quickly, so I probably might get a game over here, which is, it's pretty unlucky. Usually I can take them out before they can even like get a shot off most of the time, so. I was hoping Sanai's, oh there we go, I was hoping her ice sword would actually be useful right now, but I'm glad like it was. So there's that. I'm trying to wonder why. Well, I guess it's okay. Sanai restored 80 HP randomly, and I was wondering, well, how that even happened. That reminds me, I need to equip an accessory. Yeah, there it goes. I was wondering why Rambi died really so quickly. I found a recipe for the third version of the HP necklace, and I guess when I upgrade it, it was unequipped from her. I also found this randomly. I really don't know like what this can do. I think it might be the one that increases critical damage. So I'll probably wear this for a little while, and I'll see if it actually really does. I've been actually keeping a close eye on my damage, so I have a pretty good idea if it really does increase the critical hit damage or not. Okay, this guy is weak against lance attacks, so if you have someone with a lance, I recommend equipping Yugi on that lance user, but the reason why I'm not doing it right now is because it's the way I set up the Shikigami. It wouldn't really be helpful if I gave Yuka Yugi, so. And then I'm going to use Sanai and her ice sword. There we go. Actually, I should have hasted Byakuren. Yeah, see, that's what happens when you don't take him down really quickly. People get paralyzed, and then you're pretty much dead. Luckily, he hit Reimu, so he won't kill anybody yet. But I'm pretty sure next turn he's gonna like go pretty crazy. Thank God for a critical. The only bad part is only one hit is a critical, but that critical does more damage than basically one hit. So because I got that critical, I guess I think that is the critical hit accessory, so that's pretty cool. One of the monsters in this dungeon were actually dropped it, so yeah, that is pretty powerful. My random printer making noises. I'm actually using my laptop mic for this, so assuming this actually records and I like it, I'll use it. It kind of picks up everything, that's why I kind of try not to make too much noise. But fun fact, the mic that I was using in the last video was from the 80s, and when I actually listened to it, I was a little surprised how decently clear it sounded, so that's pretty cool. I'm really thinking of buying a new mic, but that's gonna have to come a little later. Ah, I knew it. I knew she would die by that. That sucks. I kinda knew she was gonna die by that. I don't know why. I have that type of luck, it seems. Anyway, we're moving on. Okay. Basically, similar strategy. This guy up here is weak against darkness, so if you have any darkness spells, then feel free to use those. I'll just use this attack. And then... I keep thinking Flandre has a dark attack. No. And then... have a dark attack. Well, Mr. Shark, actually. Have Mr. Shark attack. And then... you do that, I don't care. And we'll have Rumia use her darkness attack. I'm really surprised how Sanai is actually the fastest one in the party. Well, she does have Aya, but... okay, I think we can just physical attack this guy down. Yeah, we should be fine, although that really hurt. Yay. Alright, Shiki leveled up, that's good. More level ups. We'll skip this. LNR to run. What's funny, I think most of the time you can actually succeed in running away. A few exceptions is like if everybody's incapacitated in one way or another, whether it be paralysis or death. So, you can't really run away when you die, so that really makes sense. Which way? This way. Alright, these guys are all weak against Lance, so I'm gonna try to kill them really quickly. I wish Reimu had an area attack really quickly. I was actually considering switching out Reimu for Suika, since Suika is a decent attack power. Well, I think she has the highest strength in the game, actually. But, I don't know, I'm more of a hybrid type of user. I use mostly hybrids. I think the only hybrid is Reimu, actually. I think Byakuren is supposed to be a caster, but I kind of ignored that completely and decided to make her like an axe-wielding maniac, so... Thank God no one died to that, otherwise I would have been a little angry. I'm so glad there's no like life or bomb system in this game. I mean, that's what made Genius of Sephiroth pretty cool, but if it was in this game, I think I'd get really frustrated really quickly. I think the unicorns were the one that dropped that accessory for Byakuren, so... okay, once again, these guys are weak against light and fire. The guys in the back are not susceptible to any magic at all, so don't even try. I would recommend just going pure physical attacks on them. I'm going to make my move attack, and then hopefully Shiki can take this guy out, or at least hurt him really bad, so... You know, I actually like this move when I had this one sword that inflicted instant death sometimes. That was awesome. It really made sense. Apparently the sword can interrupt turns, so making that sword was a decent idea. This is a problem. I might... yeah, we'll go for it. Let's try it out. We'll do that. And then we will haste Reimu. I'm pretty sure Reimu will die. Normally I would use the Dragon Maid's Ice Breath just to add more ice to battle, I guess, even though it only does like 100 to 200 on a good day. Alright, Sanae got her last word. That's kind of cool. If she stays alive, I might actually be able to lose her. Alright. Oh, wow. Oh, he gets 2 turns? What is this? Great. Wow. I don't understand. Like, how does he have 2 turns? Oh, God. You know? What are we doing? What can we do? Hang on, let me look at the HP. Yeah, I'm not gonna win this. Actually, I think I might die. Sanae lived. Oh, wait, yeah, she's dead. Aw, man. I'm telling you, if that robot didn't do 2 things in 1 turn, I would have won. I think what happened was, I don't know, maybe he could get 2 turns if the darkness level isn't high enough. That is a possibility, because usually when I encounter those robot tanks, I start off with darkness attacks, but this time I decided to start off with light attacks. I think if I would have used Rumia on Sanae, I could have prevented that. Now that I think about it, I'm not really too sure why I made Reimu go first, because she can't even one-shot those things anyway. That was a bad idea on my part. That's the wrong way, actually. The wrong way. What's odd about this dungeon is abnormally, like, longer. What I mean by that is, if you go through the first tower, like the Tower 1, portal, I don't know what to call it. That's why I'm always hung up on, like, wondering what to call it. I guess I'll call it, like, the revised version of Tower 1, or something. I don't know. I just want to, like, have a short way of saying it. When you revisit Tower 1, basically, with the portal, it largely consists of 1 room. And that 1 room is just you flooding and draining the area with blood, so you can raft across the place to get to the boss room. But in this dungeon, it really consists of a lot of rooms. So this one actually mirrors the first, like, the original tower really, like, a lot more than the first one. Because the first one, it just took place in 1 room. I was actually a little surprised how quickly I got there. God, I can't believe that hung me up. I don't know why I have such a problem. Like, I don't really know what to call this. Yeah. Maybe like the Redux version of Tower 2 Redux. Yeah, that makes a little more sense. I think I'll call it that. I'm losing this battle. I don't know why. Sanae restores 80 HP a turn, probably because of her sword. Cool. I wish these guys would drop something cool. Like, I always fight these guys, and they give me nothing but trouble. Which is the right way again? I totally forgot. I think it is this way. Light. Might as well use fire for this, actually. Light. Fire. I don't want to use a lot of MP. Reimu doesn't have a lot of MP, which kind of makes me sad. That's not a good idea either. Let's just use her axe attacks. Her axe attacks are very inexpensive, thankfully. And we'll use this. Actually, fire would be better. Then we'll haste Reimu. Or Byakuren. My bad. Byakuren. Wow, that did a lot of damage. I don't really know why that did 2,000 damage. That was kind of cool though. That looks painful. I wonder when Sanae can learn that, because that looks really cool. Actually, when I think about it, Sanae hasn't learned a new an item.